not your pedo predator son in my daughter's inbox, knowing that he's her cousin by marriage, ex-marriage. This lady that has been in my comments on Facebook, she finally blocked me. I blocked her first. Ex-family, in my comments, churchified, that's all they've ever been. Ex-family, I'm just going to leave it at that. Church, church, church all day long. Yet your son, just in the last few weeks, I just saw the whole screenshot of him making contact with my daughter, who is 21, your grown son, knowing that that's by marriage, his little cousin, trying to groom her. But see, you don't know what kind of daughter I've raised. She straight up showed me and her dad, and me and her dad may not have been on the same page back in the day, but that's one thing we don't play about is our child. This woman was in my comments when I first started this religious trauma series. Read this scripture. You need to turn to God. How about you tell your son to turn himself in? Because he's done things that y'all should be ashamed of, your whole family, in church 24 hours a day, knowing that this man has done things, and I'm not going to say anything further because that's not my story to tell. But he should be in jail. But you on my page, and I asked this woman, stay off my page. This is not for you. She jumps off that post and comes on a totally different post on Facebook where I was like, hey, church folks, yep, this is not for you. You're not my audience. She come over there spitting scriptures. I just hope one day you open your eyes and you turn to the Lord. Tell your son to turn himself in. Not based off what happened with my child, because we stopped that shit right there, right then and there. And here's the thing. I didn't do it, but somebody else in the family posted it. And I saw the rest of it because my daughter showed it to me. We've been on the phone, y'all, for about 9 hours on FaceTime, me and my daughter. And y'all want to come at me about what I'm saying about the church and Jesus and the Bible and church folk. This is what I'm talking about. But y'all are in the comments. This is why we are waking up. And this confirms and proves my very point. This very lady, your son, has done things, and that's all I'm going to say, that he should be put in jail. Yet you on my page, why aren't you over there praying over your son, casting out the demon in your son, the predator spirit in your son? That's what you should be doing. But you over here. Well, he's an adult. He can do, I don't give a I'm an adult. But you on my page, constantly just talking. And I know because I've been around that ex-family for years and seen it churched in, church out. I saw the messages, sweetheart. I got them in my phone. And I know you're going to see this video because y'all been passing my videos around in the ex-family. And it's not all of them, because some of them I was cool with, I rock with, and I'm still, it's whatever. But y'all know who I'm talking to. All dressed up, going to church, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, every day, every post. We didn't block each other now. But before that, because this just happened in September when she was on my page. What happened with your son was in October, just recently. And they out there publicly. Some of those messages, but my daughter, she didn't play that. She didn't buy into that. Came right to mother and father. And we handled that. So I can't say too much more, but just know, Jesus gonna fix it. And it was another one of them on my family is not everything video. You sowing bad seeds. How about your nephew is a bad seed? Because he was just in my daughter's comments. Yes, my daughter's 21, but he's twice her age and knows that by marriage, that's your little cousin. Ex-marriage, shall I say. That's why I don't play with church folks. That's why I don't have a problem saying anything that I'm saying. Because I know I'm not talking to everybody, but I'm talking about those ones. That's why people don't want no Jesus. They don't want no God like that. They don't want a church like that. They don't want to be around people like that. That's why people are waking up, because both of them in my comments trying to talk when your whole son and nephew is a criminal and y'all got all this Jesus and you let him get away with that shit for years. And the fact that people looking for him. That's sad as hell. And that's why I don't back down by what I say in these videos when it comes to church, religion, because people do need to wake up. Y'all don't have no business in my comments. What you need to be doing is going and talking to the people that he has hurt and looking for some healing, some therapy, some recovery, making sure that they're okay. Not in my comments trying to tell me what I need to do. I need to turn to the Lord. Turn yourself in is what you need to be telling your son. And so just like you have the right to come on my platform as you think and say what you want to say, I can use my platform to say what I want to say. That's the whole point. And I asked you to stay off the page. I asked you more than once. This is not the place for you. You're not my audience. And I was kind. You kept on. And then look. When she showed me the picture and she said the name, I said, that is her son. Wow. And that is her nephew. I'm not shocked or surprised, but it just proves my point that you religious people, you church folk, y'all are the most demonic people. And you allowed demonic things to happen. And what did you probably do? Just prayed over it. Just put some oil over it. Covered it up. Didn't say anything about it, but that stuff is being exposed right now. And it is literally on a public platform. It's not on mine. I'm not posting it. I didn't post it. It's already out there. And somebody just showed me that it's out there. And then my daughter just showed me the whole script. Your son. Yes, your son. And somebody needs to say it and really, really say it about the people that have been sexually abused and hurt by the church, by people in the church. And it's been covered up for years. And we wonder why some of us are so messed up in the head and in the mind, because something traumatic happened to us and it was covered up through prayer. And it was covered up through laying on of hands. And I can feel people's pain right now. It was covered up by just going to the altar and people were thinking something else was wrong with them when it was really, I was touched. I was raped. I was molested. And the people in the church, the people that drugged me to church knew about it and did nothing about it. They heard the whispers throughout the family, but nobody did anything about it. And then you wonder why they grow up and they're on crack. They grow up and they're struggling with drugs. They grow up and they can't keep a job. Because you church folks sitting up in church with your asses all high and mighty, with your nice hats and your dresses, looking all stank faced in front of everybody, thinking that you high and mighty and that you pleasing God. When your daughters and your sons, your nephews have been touched and abused and you haven't done anything about it. It's time for people to speak up, and people are getting on platforms and people don't want no clout. Some people are getting out because they finally have the freedom and the space and the place to speak their truth. And they're not afraid anymore, and they have support, the support they should have got from y'all. When that man put his thing on my arm when I was 15, he should have been put in jail. And now most of the people that can witness and what all dead, it's too late for my case. But for others, it's not. And sometimes a platform is all they'll ever get because they can't prove it, or it's too late, or the people are deceased. So now, all they can do is share their story in the comments or come on a podcast or come on a platform and share. And that's their form of justification and healing and recovery. So you should have kept your mouth shut. You should have been respectful and not said anything more on my platform. But I'm glad you did, because it just opens up the door for these conversations where people need to be healed. That's why I don't care about your feelings. That's why I don't care about saying the things that I'm saying, because people have been damaged and nobody's caring about it. Nobody's doing anything about it. Everybody just wants to keep it under the rug, especially Black people. When that kind of stuff happens in the family, cover up, cover up, cover up. And then when the kids grow up and they messed up, now, oh, the devil got them. Oh, they just too late. Oh, the devil. No, you was the devil. As the mother, as the father, as the auntie, as the uncle, as the pastors, as the leaders that knew about it, you were the devil. From a reliable source, this is how he starts grooming. He tried to call 3 times. My daughter's a cosmetologist, and she's like her mama. We're about business. We don't entertain this mess. And on one of them, I did block out her number, even though it's public because of her business, but still, I did blot out her phone number right there. There's more where he tried to clean it up after she reported him. And I just want to say publicly to the people that have been affected by people like this, I do send you healing, recovery, restoration, that it was not your fault, especially if you were underage, just like I was. People are afraid to speak up and do things like this because of the shame and for some reason making it feel like it was our fault or we did something, when it shouldn't be that way. And some of you have lived years broken, damaged, hurt, addicted to things to try to cope and cover it up because God was on top of it. And nobody in the church said or did anything. But I just want to send love to you.